So the next phase of things after our last session is that we are going to look at confidence interval and bootstrapping. And the idea around bootstrapping, we've done an activity on it now, and the idea about bootstrapping is simply that we're resampling from an existing sample. And we do that for a lot of economic reasons and efficiency reasons and so on. And it's been proven that basically this is very much the same as taking a sample and another sample and another sample. It works exactly the same. So we're resampling with replacement. We know how that works now. And so what we do is we look at a confidence interval instead of a point estimate. So why do we do that? And we know that we do that because every time we take a sample or a resample, we know that our parameters, like our means and our medians and our interquartile ranges, will be different. And the larger sample size we take, the less variability there is, but there's always going to be some sample error, always. And there's always some sample variability. So we don't use a point estimate because that's not accurate enough and it's not a good enough indicator of what's going on in the population. So we use a confidence interval. We expect things to fall between a certain range in a confidence interval. So if we're looking at medians in the confidence interval for medians of incomes in this household survey, females and 95% confidence interval, they're going to fall somewhere, their average median is going to fall somewhere between $29,000 and $35,000. And we're expecting it to be an estimate of somewhere around 40,000. Whereas the males, their confidence interval is somewhere between 30,000 and 39,000, and we expect that their median in the population will fall somewhere around 43,000. But at least we're 95% confident that their averages, their medians, are going to fall somewhere in this ballpark back in the population, that we're 95% confident that that range will include the population median. And so we use those confidence intervals as an indicator of a parameter back in the population because it's more accurate to say. We don't use a point estimate in year 13. So when we talk about this, we're not finished with this, but this is sort of the beginning of the thing. So we're going to investigate confidence intervals between the male and female incomes and see if, this whole thing will hold true that we initially saw with the spreads and the shifts and so on. If this, in fact, there is this reality around no statistical difference between the incomes, and our confidence interval will help us confirm that.